We have such a good recipe today. I'm gonna give it a few minutes until exactly 6 o'clock. And I'm just gonna make sure that everything's working. Gonna wait for some people to pop on. Okay, I had to go check my mom's phone to make sure it worked. I had to go find her. Bear with me, we're in my mom's kitchen and I'm so excited. Let's just get straight into it. I'm gonna make a beautiful Lenten recipe with some fresh wild-caught shrimp, arborio rice, a delicious risotto with fresh herbs. Let's get into it. So this is a fennel. It is so delicious. It's very aromatic. You can use these delicious fennel fronds we're gonna garnish our dish with, but if you've never had fennel before, it's kind of a licorice flavoring. I'm half Italian, half Greek. My mom is Italian. I'm raised Greek Orthodox, but we ate a lot of Italian food growing up because we had a family restaurant, Greek restaurant in Manhattan, and my dad didn't really like to eat a lot of Greek food, so he loved Italian food. So this is a little nod to my Italian side. It's so good for the gut, great to eat raw. It has a more stronger licorice flavor if you're going to consume this raw, but when you caramelize it in a pan and cook it down, it gives off the most delicious flavor. Highly recommend. Most supermarkets have it. I went to Sprouts today, so I'm just cutting this very thin, as you can see here. So good. Comment what you're making tonight. I hope this recipe can give you some inspiration. So we're gonna get all of our mise en place in place. That means all of your chopped vegetables. It's a French term I learned in the French Culinary Institute in New York City a decade ago. So we have a nonstick pan. We have our shrimp. We're gonna sear these off in a pan. I'm gonna get it on probably like a little medium high heat. Let that warm up. I'm gonna sear them and then put them to the side. I'm just gonna continue to cut my vegetables. We have our asparagus here. I just cut up very small on an angle, however you would like. And then I love leeks, a little bit more mild than a typical onion. You just have to be careful when you're using them. When they start to go dark, these are very tough. Like, you don't want to eat these. Great for a stock. You can put them in your freezer, but they have a lot of sand inside. So there's the root. I'm going to cut off the root. Again, put it to the side and put it in your stock. The sand is hidden between these leaves. I'm going to cut straight down the middle. And then you're going to see all of these beautiful leaves. This is actually a pretty clean leek. And you're going to kind of rinse it kind of one by one under some water to get the sand out. You could soak them again, nice and thin, just like this. A julienne cut. However you'd like. However you'd like to cut your vegetables, go right ahead. Just the smell of all of these vegetables on the cutting board smells so delicious. So risotto is intimidating to a lot of people, but in culinary school, they taught us the easiest way, and I can't wait to share with you. So we have some avocado oil right in the pan. I'm gonna put this wild caught shrimp. I cut it in bite-sized pieces. So I took the shrimp, cut it lengthwise so it's a little bit thinner, and then I cut it in chunks. So there's a lot of surface area, which is great for searing. And then we're gonna put it on the side because you don't want to cook it in the risotto if they're gonna overcook. I'm gonna kind of just sprinkle these in the pan. I got some jumbo shrimp. They were on sale. You do not want to get farm raised shrimp. I'm obviously a culinary snob, so I am always going to eat wild caught fish. So that's what I got. I had to pre-clean them before, so you guys didn't have to watch that whole situation. I have some sliced mushrooms. It makes your life so much easier. You can use any kind of mushrooms you have on hand, even frozen. Just thaw them out and then just put them in like a colander so the water can come out of them. But these are going to be so good. We're going to use arborio rice. And then I have a lemon, which I'm going to get set up now. We're going to use some of this zest. And how I use it, I don't have any fancy things. We're going to use our knife. We're just going to slice along. And then we have our peel. And then with a nice sharp knife, nice thin cuts. Nice and thin. And I love lemon zest. I just chopped it up nice and small. Gonna end up sauteing this right in with the risotto. Yum, yum, yum. So for a non-stick pan, you never want to put metal on a non-stick. So you want to use either a wooden spoon or a silicone spatula. So I see a lot of people using metal on metal, and it just scrapes the pan, and it's going to release a lot of toxins into your food that you don't want. Fresh thyme is going to add so much flavor. And then I got my favorite, sage. Fresh sage is going to add. We're just trying to pack in as much flavor as possible so we can feel satiated, and the more veggies, the better. I've been fasting, so like the more vegetables, the better for me. It's a nice sear on these. Then I have my bowl on the side. I'm going to take them out. And then we're going to get our leeks straight into the pan. And you want to use the same kind of pot so you can continue having all these flavors cook inside. That shrimp leaving behind all that flavor. Put the fennel in there and the leeks. I have some fresh garlic. I don't like the I don't know how they call it, like peeled garlic in the bag. It doesn't even taste like real garlic to me. I find them to be like too strong when they're like that. It has so much more of like an earthiness. Fresh garlic will make your food taste so much better. So I used about 3 cloves, but you don't have to use garlic. But I'm just trying to pack in as much flavor as possible. It really smells so good. I'm so excited. Okay, we got our mushrooms here, which we're gonna put in towards the end. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this. This is mushroom broth. You can buy it in the broth section. I didn't want to use vegetable broth. This has so much more flavor to me. It's so good, even just warmed up with some crispy onions, just like in a mug. So delicious. Organic. And yep, it just says organic mushrooms, sea salt, and garlic. Yum. Mmm. I'm going to throw in some fresh thyme right in on the stem. It's fine. Right in the pot to saute with the vegetables. And sage is very strong, so we're just going to use 1 leaf. Feel free to freeze your fresh herbs. They're good for anything. Whatever you're making, just use them throughout the week. You're going to realize that they make your food taste delish. A nice saute of these vegetables. I love caramelizing things. A lot of recipes say to sweat things out. And the proper way to make risotto, of course, is to sweat things out. But I'm a caramelization girl. So we're going to put the lemon zest right in there too. So yummy. Just perfuming all the deliciousness. So before that gets too caramelized, we want to caramelize our Boreo rice. So what you're looking for is, to make risotto, is a Boreo rice. Put it right in the pot. And you're going to add a little bit more oil, which I have avocado oil down here. And we're going to toast each granule. We're going to watch it. We're going to make sure each little piece of rice turns a light brown color. So this is going to just take about like 2 minutes. I probably should have asked if I can read any comments. Here they are. Okay, you caramelized. So what are you guys making tonight? I would love to hear. Even for Easter, what is everyone preparing? What kind of celebrations do you have coming up? I'm going to put in the asparagus now, and I'm doing that so it doesn't overcook. Want a nice little snap. And then I'm going to put just a handful of mushrooms. So good. I'm going to take you guys into the pot right now. So the fennel, the delicious garlic, the lemon zest, the sage, the thyme, mushrooms, leeks. Absolutely delicious. I upped the heat a little bit so we can get a nice char on these little pieces of rice. So most of the time you want to keep your broth in a hot pot on the side, but that's totally unnecessary. Keep it easy. We're going to watch it and go through each of the stages together. No stress. If you run out of broth, you can use water. So there we go. See, it's starting to get brown. Absolutely delicious. So at this stage, you would typically want to deglaze the pan with white wine. But with all of the flavor that I've added, you are not going to need that. That's for sure. Absolutely delicious. We're gonna go in with our broth. Delicious mushroom broth. We're just gonna cover it. Leave the rest of the broth on the side. That was about almost half of the container. You're gonna hear it and you're gonna want it to start to simmer. We're gonna keep an eye on everything. I'm gonna close it and just leave it. Oh, wow. So someone says that they're making empanadas. What are you putting inside? Yum, absolutely delicious. I'm trying to see. I know I'm live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, but I think I can only see these comments. So we're going to keep that going. So a little bit about me. My father was from the island of Crete. Crete, I go every summer. It's such a magical place for me that brings me so many memories. I love and I'm so proud of being Greek. I'm also part of the Hellenic Professional Women. If any of you are in New Jersey, we are having an event May 15th in New Jersey for any entrepreneur women that would love to come. I'm catering the event. We're going to have speakers. There's going to be jewelry. There's going to be music and dancing. So please check that out. You can follow me on Facebook, where I'll have the link. You can private message me, and Instagram too. So towards the end, we have organic, delicious green peas, right? Straight out of the freezer section, nice and easy. We're gonna put these in towards the end so they can stay nice and plump and sweet. Once again, this is not my kitchen, so we're kind of just waiting. Electric is a little funky sometimes, so we're just starting to come to a boil. You're gonna want to keep kind of mixing and checking on it. It really doesn't take very long. I'm gonna add some salt. I like to use pink Himalayan sea salt. Right here. And a little black pepper. Delicious. At my house, I have all my sea salt from Hanya that I come home with. I don't have that today. Here's our delicious shrimp on the side, waiting to finish cooking. Inside, and it kind of releases some of its juices, which is going to add so much flavor. See, check out that little boil we have going on. Moussaka, delicious. So I'm also a private chef. I am making moussaka for about 10 guests tomorrow. And while I'm there, I'm going to end up making one for Easter. So I'm going to freeze it, which is going to be like killing two birds with one stone. So I'm excited for that. I have a recipe where I once made moussaka with apples on the bottom, which added like a little sweetness. Oh, so it was like sweet and salty. And then I put cinnamon in the bechamel, but I still use the ground lamb and the eggplant. Oh, try that. And I've also seen someone use sweet potatoes. That's probably good too, but I love just like apples because they cook down so nicely. Let's try to see. So where is everyone watching from? Please comment. Please comment. Would love to hear from you. If anyone has any ideas for our next live, I would love to hear that. I'm always looking for inspiration, and I want to connect with you guys, so I would love that. Let's see what this is. I don't want to go out of here in case I lose you guys. So we got a good boil going on. I'm going to taste and make sure that there's enough salt. If you could smell this, the mushroom broth is, whoa, that fennel, it's very mushroomy. I'm gonna actually hit it with a little bit of acid, so I'm gonna use a little bit of lemon juice right inside. It's just gonna wake all those flavors up. I'll take you guys to the pot again. First time watching, you're enjoying, thank you. Unbelievable. There's so many variations of this dish. You can put all of your favorite vegetables. I was actually thinking about putting in some corn, but I picked peas last minute. It's so, so, so delicious. Look at those leeks. So good. I'll just test again. So this would be good with a little bit of fresh dill as like a finisher. You can put fresh basil in here. A little roasted butternut squash and risotto would be delicious with a cinnamon stick and some caramelized onions and garlic. So good. You could see the broth trying to evaporate. I kept the heat on the top just to kind of get it going. But when you're cooking risotto, you shouldn't have the lid on because we want to start evaporating. And you could see that the bubbles are getting more pronounced. That means that the gluten in the arborio rice is coming out into the broth. And that's like a natural kind of like thickener. So we want it to be nice and thick. And when things start to kind of pop up and you've tasted each rice granule and you know it needs to cook more, you're going to just add a little bit more broth. So this is something fun to cook with a partner, with your kids. Kind of just, it's a labor of love, right? Unbelievable. I can't tell you how good it smells in here, just of mushrooms. Oh, Los Angeles. Nice. So great. What are you having for dinner? Do you have any plans? I know it's 3 hours before. So delicious. Does anyone have any food questions for me or anything? I would love to answer any questions you have. Oh, unbelievable. I would say another, let's test one more time. 10 minutes maybe. Yeah, I would say that. Not quite sure yet. Well, coming from a foodie, I'm eating a meal thinking about the next. I've always been like that, even since a kid. I probably should have done a recipe for you guys that you would see from start to finish, but I don't want to have you guys wait forever. I am going to post the final reveal. Can you close that? I could hear that. Yeah. My mom just walked in. What happened? Questions?
Yeah.
She's reading in the other room. Yeah, they weren't.
How do you feel about tofu?
Tofu. I love to sear tofu in a pan with sesame oil and make something like Asian with maybe some like broccoli and some white rice. A little like onion and garlic cooked down. I love to go to the Asian market and kind of get like, look at all those sauces, like hoisin sauce and some like black bean paste. And you kind of just make your own sauce on the side and taste as you go. If it's too salty, you could add a little honey and like vinegar, and it just creates the best sauce. Love tofu. And I love it in soups too, like a miso soup. What's another question?
How do you make your delicious lamb chops?
Lamb chops? Well, I have an extra virgin olive oil line from Laconia, Greece. I actually have it here. Inside this olive oil is cold pressed extra virgin olive oil, but it is flavored naturally with lemon, garlic, and oregano, all from Greece. So I put that over each of the lamb chops, chopped fresh garlic, fresh thyme, fresh rosemary, and Greek oregano. And I have it marinate for a few hours or overnight. Then I grill them, and then I make this recipe. When I was little, I named it moon juice, right, Mom?
No.
And it's just a typical fresh lemon juice, fresh parsley, oregano, salt, and pepper. So it goes over. Sometimes I'll put it in the blender and it becomes more green and like more cohesive. Absolutely delicious. So olive oil, lemon juice, fresh parsley, salt, pepper, oregano when they're finished. Life-changing lamb chops. Probably making those tomorrow. Those are like that's like my highest requested dish that I make when I'm catering. Can you show the olive oil again? Yes, yes, yes. One of my friends made the label. It's called Fia. And my name is Sophia. You can follow me on Facebook, Sophia Manatakis, or at Chef Soph on Instagram. I have the link on Instagram. You can message me. We can talk. And I can help guide you.
Another question.
Yes, another question.
What are you serving for Easter?
For Easter, I'm having like 45 people at my house in Florida. My first time entertaining. Thought it would be most special to do something on Easter. I'm making moussaka. I'm making spanagorizo, spinach and rice, lemon roasted potatoes, lamb chops. I'm doing a roasted leg of lamb on the spit. What else am I making? Yeah, I'm going to make beefsteaky for people that don't eat lamb. So like feta cheese, onions, dill, dried mint. Then I'm going to do chicken souvlaki for also people that don't eat lamb. And I'm going to do a giant charcuterie board with like fresh florals. And we're going to have music. We're going to have, yes, tzatziki, pita bread, like absolutely everything. And if you're in the area, come on by. I have some people inviting themselves over, but it's fine. I love it. I love to cook. And I'm so excited to entertain.
Somebody has to come.
Somebody has to come.
I guess it's an Sophia.
Aww.
She knows you. I can't see the picture. She wished you a happy birthday.
Thank
Tell
you. Wishing me happy
yesterday
birthday.
was
Yes,
your birthday.
yes. Yesterday was my birthday. My mom wanted me to tell you guys. I'm going to taste the one more time. I think I'm going to start to evaporate this. I think we're at a good place. So, which is perfect because I am completely out of broth. And if I needed more broth, I probably would put water in here and switch it around and just get it in here. So now's the kind of time where you gotta watch it. You want your heat to go all the way up because we're gonna start to evaporate and mix. So we're gonna mix all of the gluten together. It's gonna come. I think my mom saved me reading all those messages because I didn't want to keep you guys waiting.
I don't know if I'm on Facebook.
Are you on Facebook? I'm gonna drop the shrimp because we probably have only 2 minutes to cook these through. So good. Look at all that juice. If you don't like shrimp, you can use scallops. Yummy. Crab meat. When I was leaving the supermarket, I really thought about crab meat. That would be so good. Look how good that is. Look at this risotto.
You're asking what kind of rice again?
Yes, arborio rice. Let me show you again. Where is it? Oh, right here. Arborio rice. And it's chubbier, like little chubby, and there's a lot of gluten in it. Well, starch. I think I kept saying gluten, right? So yummy. Just packed with vegetables. Now we're gonna put some chopped fennel fronds inside and on top. I'm gonna get them ready for you guys. How does it smell in here, Mom?
Oh, I said before, and I'm here with you, and it sounds delicious.
She was in her room with the dogs.
Yes.
It must have been seeping through under the door. All right, Mom. Mom, can you hang up?
Yeah. Oh, why, you want to show puppy?
No, but you were like loud. Any other questions before I serve this up? Unbelievable. I chopped some up really fine inside the risotto. That's how they say it in Italy, right? I love that. Love their accents. I had some of the best risotto in Italy. Okay. I'm gonna plate this up. Yummy, yummy, yummy. We're gonna cut the heat. Pull it off the heat so it doesn't overcook. And I'm gonna put it right in here.
Somebody's asking, what's your favorite food to eat and make?
My favorite food to eat and make. I love a prime rib. Big prime rib fan. I like to encrust it with porcini mushrooms, like the dried ones, and I put them in the blender before making like an herb butter. So good. Look at that with the shrimp. Delicious. Check this out. Look how gorgeous. Put a little squeeze of fresh lemon juice just to wake it all up. Got our delicious shrimp, the leeks. Unbelievable. Mushrooms. Cheers. Galeorixi. Are you ready to taste this, Mom?
Yeah, cool in a minute. I'll taste it.
I'm so excited for her. A little hot. She doesn't want to be on camera, so you'll just hear her. How good is that?
Delicious.
So good. Well, we're going to sit down. We're going to enjoy this together. I hope you have enjoyed watching me. I love doing these videos. I absolutely love the Orthodox Christian Network. I love everyone who runs it, even behind the scenes. Everyone has always been so nice to me. And I hope to continue to do these for you guys for a really long time. Happy Easter. And I will see you guys very soon. We're going to do another one very, very soon. I love you all. Good night.